So here my presentation. So don't miss until the end. It is about the study about the daily spending increase undergraduate of student Sefb UUM. Here we go.
First of all, the main thing is this research examines how daily spending increase among undergraduate students of Sefb UUM. From its main outcome, highlight the central role played by a substantial rise in the cost of living in Malaysia on the expenditure practice of the young people. The observant statements are complemented by an elaborate take on the meaning of spending that is described by Carter, whereby spending entails the allocation of capital towards desirable items and services. This is theoretical lens through which we will study various aspects of the consumption behavior phenomena. University students have essential spending for food, shelter, clothing, healthcare, and transportation, as well as discretionary spending on non-essential, and this form a dynamic spectrum students work with. So, what is the problem from this research? First of all is cost of living. So, the growing cost of living may lead to lower export demand and reduced trade balance. So, with a continual rise in price of goods, any increase in the price of exportable goods will also come with its fair share of challenges, particularly affecting business entities that source their goods from suppliers. So, secondly, is price of food. The price of food, especially vegetables and chicken, has increased above 10%, affecting the middle class and increasing difficulty to the lower class college students. And next is low opportunity to have part-time jobs. In this case of students whose households are unoccupied, there is a decline in the money earned and funds for expenditure, which limit daily meals, and alteration takes place in the spending habits. This factor directly affect how much money students can spend, specifically at those not living on campus. So, what are our research questions for this study? Firstly, what are demographic characteristics of School of Economic, Finance and Banking Sefb students in UUM? Secondly, do gender difference affect daily spending, student financial support, peer influence, branding and price promo among Sefb students in UUM? Thirdly, do different college in costs affect daily spending, student financial support, peer influence, branding, price promo among Sefb students in UUM? And lastly is, what does the relationship affect daily spending, student and financial support, price promo, branding, peer influence among Sefb students in UUM? So for our review of empirical study, first, daily spending. People's spending behavior varies and differs according to people's race, religion, family background, ethnicity, and where they live. It is very common for male students to gravitate towards masculine items such as expensive gadgets, watches, and purse, while female students may be interested in decorative items such as makeup or cosmetic products, as well as jewelry. So, next is branding. Brand association are like the connection in our minds that link in a brand to specific for information or meanings. For instance, when someone says iPhone, it immediately brings to mind the idea of a brand association are like the connection in our minds that link a brand to specific information or meanings. So such as this channel, iPhone, and Adidas. This is the common things that student nowadays use. So next is student financial support. Student financial support based on source of their daily spending such as PT/PTN, scholarship such as MARA, such as Petronas, and another loan, savings or from parents. And lastly, for this review empirical studies, is peer influence. No matter how poor the students are, some of the students will seek different ways to get the money in order to follow their friend. It could be legal or illegal activity. A student coming from a financial disadvantaged background might not have the means to afford branded items like BEER, Adidas, Nike, and so on. So according to Keynesian theory, we can obviously say that the theory will affect on the X variable, which are students' financial support. This is because this theory will affect the individual's purchasing power. When the government increases the tax rate on individual income, the parents will pay less pocket money to their children. Hence, the daily spending of university students will be decreased. So, for the literature gap in existing research concerning UUM students, daily spending revolves around the inadequacy of comprehensive investigation and analysis regarding the impact of student financial support on their expenditure factors. So prior studies have not extensively delved into nuanced relationship between various forms of financial assistance such as scholarship, grants or loans, and how these support mechanisms directly influence or mitigate the daily spending behavior of UUM students. So this lack of data research stops us from fully understanding how different types of financial help affect how students spend their money. So we need more research to fill this gap and understand how this type of support influence students' spending habits.
So for our methodology that we use for our data, from a detailed research technique is necessary for a study that examines big data analytics and how it may be used in predictive maintenance. All obtainable study components are analyzed and examined using a true research framework. So we will use data sampling, which is the process of picking a sufficient number of the correct component from a population such that a study of the sample and comprehension of its properties or characteristics allow us to generalize such as quality or characteristic to the population element according to sekarang books. For our model specification for this research is for our general economic model is daily equal to brand, peer, price, pro, finance, where in this model daily represent as daily spending, which is this is a Y variable, and for X variable is brand represent as branding, peer represent peer influence, price pro influence represent as price promo, and finance represent as student financial support. Okay, next for our PRF model, economic model is as you can see is okay. So the error term in order to show the model uncertainty, which represent random variable, and lastly for this, the simple regression function model to estimation is like this. So the model show here the population conditional mean daily is estimated by daily equal to estimator of daily, and the estimator is a sample statistic in the equation. So an estimate is a specific value produced by estimator. So for our summary statistic of our research, based on first Q, which is first, what are the demographic characteristics of school economic, finance and banking SFB student in UM? So based on this research, the most demographic characteristic for SFB student in UM with their P value Malay at here 0.557 and semester 4 at 0.242 and PTPTN at 0.941 and Bachelor of Science Economic at 0.163. So next is the gender is a fact for daily spending and all independent variable. So looking at daily spending here with gender between male looking at daily spending with gender between male show that value at 22.52 while female at 23.57. Study indicate that women may devote a larger portion of their money than men due to things like apparel, toiletries, and domestic goods. So in support of this argument, the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics report in a 2019 research that on average, women spend more on clothing and service than men. Therefore, there is spending effect between different colleges. So, where we can look is here, Bachelor of Science Economy and gender. But this cannot be measured because of based on some of respondents are not represented as a whole SFB student. However, based on this research, Bachelor of Science Economic course at 0.86 effect on daily spending. Last but not least, looking at the table statistic, the price promotion is the highest between the others. So it's here. When between the others on relationship with daily spending. So for our estimation model output, the estimation result for the model with the estimated coefficient and daily spending represent as daily dependent variables. So for female, the estimated coefficient is here shown at 0.244, which is when female is 0.244. The daily spending of female students of SEFB will increase 1%. It shown when many students, total daily spending will be increased because all of students will be spend their money every day for their survival of life. Therefore, the estimated coefficient for Malay race on this among respondents show when 1.024 Malay student increase, daily spending will be increased 1%. So next we focus on independent variable which are branding, price promotion, peer influence, and student financial support. This finding for estimated coefficient on branding show 5.492 student SFB have a branded product. So looking at the SE row for estimation model output, branding at 2.473 tend to increase 1% of daily spending. So therefore, price promotion was the lowest at 1.746. Influence in daily spending students, probably because of online shopping. Next, peer influence at 2.327 will tend to increase 1% per daily. It's because UM have many festivals that need students to spend their money. So, looking for our conclusion, We focus on contribution from our paper is examine student Sefb, daily spending, and their scholarship source. Fluctuation in student financial assistance driven by economic conditions and government policies have a direct impact on individual buying power among UC students, particularly those in Sefb. Next, so for overall, our key findings are based on our 4 research questions, and these findings provide useful insight for policymakers, educators, and researchers seeking to customize financial education program and support service to the unique requirement of economics, finance, and banking students. So, back from our findings before, a proposed policy for Malaysia's future economic development is the construction of comprehensive financial education program aimed at university students, and this program should address gender-specific financial difficulties raw on ideas from several academic fields and teach practical skills for managing everyday expenses, understanding branding, and so on. So, within this policy, Malaysia can develop a financial empowered and responsible young population by improving student financial literacy, contributing to the country economic resilience and progress. And back to the finding, our empirical finding contributes to our understanding of the financial behavior of Sefb students, and this finding add to the greater literature on student money and behavior that provide a platform for future study and influencing intervention target at enhancing financial literacy and well-being in academic environments. So for our study limitation, admittedly, the study sample size is limited, and it will be preferable to include all graduates rather than only focusing on students Sefb. Maybe we can add all graduates from Sefb, SB, SBM, and others. And another limitation, the cross-sectional structure of the dataset is a restriction. A panel dataset that tracks graduate through time will be more ideal, and we extensively examine endogeneity and sample selection bias to address the study weakness. Thank you.